To be honest, is the pod going on? To be honest, sit down, we need to have a talk. Cornelius gon' make a point that the others don't. Them other shows sound the same, come escape the box. Expand your mind, dig into no controversial topics. He ain't scared to keep it real. Tune into this podcast, but don't be in your feelings. We gon' have a laugh, we gon' talk about some pain. Let's talk about the present situation of today. To be honest, is this the podcast? I need to tune it right now.
What up, everybody? It's another episode of To Be Honest. This is your boy, Cornelius Lindsey, and I am sitting here with my guy. Don't ever put your hand on my doggone leg again. With my guy, Jarid B. And the B stands for?
Behringer, Bear, whatever.
Behringer Bear. We've been calling you Bear because you've been wanting to go by Bear. So we've been having you. If you're on my YouTube channel, then you see that Bear is actually sitting beside me today. So now we can actually have a discussion. We can actually have a discussion. It won't be over the phone. After the last podcast we were talking, you mentioned that you wanted to talk about, what is the Black experience? What was it?
Yeah. What's the word that you used? Dysphoria or something like that?
I didn't use the word. You used the word.
Yeah, because the whole thing we were talking about is what was with Big Mama. What's her name?
Big Mama.
Should I not said that?
Who was Big Mama?
The lady who was talking about the bonnets.
The lady who was talking about.
You were talking about the women wearing the bonnets on the plane.
Oh, you talking about Monique. Monique.
I shouldn't have said Big Mama. Monique, I'm sorry, but
she ain't Big Mama no more.
You know, when you think of Monique, she's very motherly.
She's extremely motherly, and
So
I think that's where it's coming from. It is the old school, Black mama that says, "Listen." I mean, even the way she talks, she say, "Listen, sweet babies." Right. Every time she talk, like I get completely disarmed.
Yeah, we
like,
all going over her house after church.
Absolutely. Like Monique could come out and she could be like, "Listen, sweet babies, y'all all stupid," and I'd be like, we probably we as a little dumb, because it's just, "Listen, sweet babies." That's how that old school Black mama always was. But nevertheless, that's what we were talking about. What you got?
So I mean, she does. I think she has a point.
Okay.
Because we were talking about how the whole culture has changed radically.
Okay.
I feel.
Okay.
I mean, I don't just feel that, but you can tell the whole culture has changed radically. And, there's two sides of it. There's the one side that says, I can present myself the any way I want to present myself. And if I want to go to the airport in a suit, or if I want to go to the airport in, my pajamas, that's my prerogative.
Okay.
But I stand on the side of Monique because, I feel like image does play an important part. People say don't read the book by its cover, or don't judge a book by its cover, but they do.
Yeah.
They do. And I don't know if you remember, if there was a point in my life where I wore the same thing every day.
I do remember
that white thing that you gave me?
Yeah, I remember that.
I wore it every day.
I remember that.
It was because I was in a place, that I would, my self-esteem was low, and just a whole bunch of things that, I wore it almost as armor, and it helped me build my self-esteem. And I'm not saying that clothes have that they're like magical in that sense.
Yeah.
But
I understand exactly what you're saying, because I mean, I can put on a suit, and when I put on a suit, it's almost like I feel different than I do just in regular clothes. Absolutely. I mean, I like to wear leisure lounge clothes now. I'm not a pastor anymore, so most of my days are leisure loungy, kind of thing. So, if it ain't Fabletics and I want to be Lululemon, you know what I'm talking about? Like, that's just thing. But when I put on a suit, it's almost like, oh snap, like I'm getting ready to go do something. Like, when you walk in a bank,
about to say something.
Oh, here you go. What are you talking about? What you? Father, if everybody just lift your hands right now towards Bear, we're gonna pray for him. But no. It's like when you walk in a bank, and when you're dressed in a full suit, you're treated a lot differently than you are when you just kind of walk in with some slacks. I went to the bank today. 100%. I went to the bank today, and and the guy, he was just like, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, what's up, buddy? And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, like, buddy, like, no, bro, this is sir. Like, I bring business to your bank. This is a sir type of thing. Because I have on a t-shirt. I got on some, Fabletics shorts, and I got on some Jordan 1s. Right. But that was just the way. He's like, hey, what's up, buddy? Yeah, come on and sit down. But if I came in with a suit on, it would have been like, hello, sir. Now, the idea and the argument is it doesn't matter how you dress, you should still treat people with respect. That's the idea. The same way it goes like in the hospitality industry. When you see your server, you should still treat your server with respect because that person is a human. But nonetheless, I think a lot goes into our human experience in recognizing that if we are dressed better, then we usually act better. If our pants are saggy, if all those things are there, then we're going to act the way we dress.
And I'm a 100% a witness to that. And I was dressing in just bummy t-shirts every day. You know what I'm saying? And it reflected in my character. Like it reflected in my belief about myself. Yeah. And that's why I totally switched up my wardrobe. It's like, you know what? I'm going to believe something different about myself. Right. Right. And I know there's an argument like, oh, it shouldn't matter. But I don't know. For me personally, it did. Yeah, I mean that whole thing with Monique, and saying it. I mean, she's still getting flack from it. She's still getting flack from it right now. You would think by this point, oh my gosh, my kids are so loud. Why don't you talk to them real quick? Well, I go tell my kids to be quiet. So take over. So while he goes and addresses his kids, you look at any picture from back in the day, and you look at any black and white picture of the civil rights era or of any kind of march that's going on or congregation or and look at how they were dressed. Like they were dressed literally in suits and ties, even all the way down to the kids. And I keep asking myself, like, what has changed? Like, what has changed? And I was talking to him. He just laid the law down, so he's back now. To be doggone honest. To be honest. Oh, my gosh. These kids, bruh. Bro, like. Talk about it. This black experience of being a father. And can we also talk about that? Please. Because I made this statement to the guys in my gym, and granted, the guys I'm walking the stairs. I don't know why it is. Like I work out so much. I walk up the stairs, probably out of breath. That's because it's 65 flights of stairs that you got to walk up. We're going to get to that later on. But nevertheless, I was at the gym. Most of the guys who were in the executive locker room I'm in, they're older, they're white. And, I had some guys that were talking about Juneteenth. Mm-hmm. And I was like, it's interesting because Juneteenth was the day before Father's Day. And I said, if anything, that weekend, if we would have had enough time to really think it out, like it would have been a great celebration of Black fatherhood. And one of the guys was like, well, why is that a thing? Why is what a thing? Why is that a thing? Like a celebration of Black fatherhood. He was like, I feel like it further divides the country, blah, 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 which granted, I can really understand exactly where it's coming from. Yeah. But my thing was I was trying to get him to understand is that the Black fatherhood experience is a different experience. I believe it's a different experience from what you're having. While we all have a same fatherhood experience, there is a somewhat a different experience. I feel like there is a higher expectation on me for some people to say, okay, well, you need to make it as a father in raising your kids because the stigma, whether or not it is true or not, the stigma is that Black men don't raise their kids. Mm-hmm. And hopefully in the millennial generation, we're changing that stigma. We're changing it. We're fighting against it. We're saying, no, we're present. We're active. We're doing this doggone thing. But I feel like there is that undercover pressure. Because the women be. Oh, Jesus. Never go ahead. Undercover pressure. No. I mean, to be honest, you could, no. Tell it. Taking them away. Oh, okay. Could you say what you gonna say? Say what you gonna say, Bear. I don't know what you was gonna say, Bear. Listen, man. Bear, what was you gonna say, Bear? I wasn't gonna say nothing.
I don't know. You ain't gonna say nothing, Bear. You gotta say what you gonna say. You gotta say what you mean. Say it with your chest. Ain't that what it say? Say it with your chest.
What I was going to say.
What you was gonna say? Come on.
Was that
Come on.
the reason why the stigma is that black men don't raise their children?
Okay.
Is not by choice. Okay.
Okay. It's not because black men can't raise their children.
It's not because they choose not to.
It's not because they choose. Oh, Jesus, where are you going? Okay, keep going.
Because they oh, Lord, have mercy. How do I help me, God? Please.
Okay, so I'm gonna see. I feel like your health, your help is cometh from the Lord. It's coming over the mountain. So, are you saying that it's not that many black men are not trying to raise their kids? You're saying that they are impeded to raise their kids, that there's a blockade of them raising their kids because of the mother.
Yes,
in those type of situations, indeed.
Not 100% of the time, obviously.
Yeah. But in those situations where there is divorce, there's separation, or you two just never got together anyway, it is the mother holding the children, using the children as ransom against the father, or using the children as, not ransom bait, using it as like a weapon, use the kids as a weapon.
I think in a lot of cases that's the truth.
Wow.
I do. And I hear it a lot too.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's because, you buy a Jeep or something, now you see all Jeeps.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because of that whole
right
thing, but I hear it a lot too from a lot of my friends.
And why do you
Even
think that is?
White friends, not just black guys. I hear it like there's a bunch of different. This guy hit me up last night.
Mm-hmm.
Said that he had a baby. It was weird because I lived in two different towns that were like 30 minutes away from each other growing up. In the second town that I lived in, the guy hit me up that I knew him from, and he was like, "Yo, you know this girl from this town?" I was like, "Yeah, I grew up down the street from her." He's like, "Yeah, well, she just had a baby, and she won't let me see him." White guy, black girl.
I didn't say anything. I just chuckled a little bit.
White guy, black girl. And at first I was like, how in the world did you never mind. Pull Lauren. Anyway, we don't.
Okay.
Right. I'm not even going to go there. But okay. I was like, how in the world did you?
Now, sometimes vanilla want to have a taste of chocolate.
Listen,
look, if you get tired of vanilla all the time,
Jesus.
you want some chocolate. Ain't that you ever had what is it? What is it that's the swirl. I was trying to think of the name for it. I wasn't gonna call it the swirl, but
that's the first thing that came to my mind. I don't even know what you're talking about, bro.
Isn't it like Neapolitan or something like that?
Yeah. Neapolitan.
They got green in it, don't it? They got
strawberry.
Is it strawberry?
It's got the strawberry.
Well, that's pretty accurate too. It's strawberry,
chocolate,
vanilla, black.
Strawberry, vanilla.
I think that's pretty accurate too. It depends on the. I'm not doing that. I'm not having this conversation with you right now. Nonetheless, the guy
he's
called
white
you up.
And she's black.
He's
and
white,
like, yo, he's like, you know her? Like, can you talk to her parents for me? And I'm like, yo, go to the court and file a petition for paternity. Don't mess with her. Stop messing with her, and go to the court. And
so why did he care to explain why?
He was like, I want to be in if it's mine, I want to know that it's mine. I know. He's like, I know it is mine, but she's goes crazy and flips out every time I try to approach her about it.
Approach her about the baby being his?
Yeah.
So she doesn't want to get a paternity test.
Mm-mm.
Is she with somebody new? I know I'm asking you a ton of questions.
Wow. No. So what? As far as he told me, no, she's not. He's not with nobody. She's not with nobody.
But she just hates him enough to keep the child away from him.
Yes, I think that she's just embarrassed. I wouldn't say hates, but I think that
she's embarrassed of the fact that she had a baby with a white man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dang.
I think she's embarrassed. But same thing. Another one of my white guy friends. Same thing. Mom won't let him see the children. He's coming to me, asking me like, yo, what should I do? I know that you know her. He's like, and I'm very close friends with him. And he's like, what should I do? I don't know what to do. I want to see my child. I can't see my child. I only get to see them once on Saturday and Sunday for a couple hours. Like,
yeah, you know,
it ain't by choice. I mean, it's not. I think that the whole stigma. It's not just black men either. You know what I mean? It's just men. Period. That they get ostracized from the children.
I think that too, and I also think there's a big argument that is growing, and I feel like it's going to grow even louder here pretty soon, and it's going to ring on those same lines, and it's about the feminism movement that's kind of out there, the feminist movement about women being oppressed and women being marginalized. Where now it's getting to that point where it's like men are starting to feel like, okay, like you guys are getting opportunities. Like there are opportunities that are out here. Like if you guys want them, you guys are taking these opportunities that you have them. But there's still this stigma where a lot of men, like, I don't know, there's a day I've been in the locker room that I have not heard about it, where men are voicing their opinion. They're saying, I get it. I like my son didn't get hired for a job because basically the HR was telling them, well, there's a certain quota of women we need to hire or something like that. He's like, but why does that matter? He's like, when it comes down to it, it is going to come down to who can get the job done.
Who's the best candidate?
Who's the best candidate to get the job done? And if we really thought, if this country did the same thing on who was the best candidate to get the job done, then I'd say so.
Then who? I heard a B. I heard a B. I heard a B. Then was it a joke?
Man, I'm so sick of this political climate, bro. When I tell you I'm so sick of this political climate, bro, I'm so sick of it. Like, I would like for VP to go to the border. I just want her to go to the border. I want her to go to the border. I want her to go to the border. I don't know how many times I say I want her to go to the border. This whole bull crap about these vaccines and stuff like that. Like I feel like the White House push has been, let's get people vaccinated, I feel like that's been the focal point. And then now they're talking about the new jobs report. We have all these new jobs that just started. Well, duh, we're going to have jobs that have just started because the freaking economy was shut down. You close down the whole country. Then all of a sudden when now these restrictions have been eased up, now we have an opportunity to get back out there and to, actually live again and work. So now since we can, of course people are going to go back to work. Yeah. Then we got people who aren't going back to work. You want to know why they ain't going back to work? They're not going back to work because they got unemployment benefits. Other people who not getting unemployment benefits, COVID taught them something. They're taught that they don't want to work 40 hours a week. Absolutely. A lot of people right now, they're trying to figure out other streams of income, other ways that they can build their own business from, digitally or anywhere else, so they don't have to go to a 9-to-5 job because COVID woke them up to trying to figure out who they really are. But like this administration, bro, like, I mean, just a bull crap that like I see every single day, man, how Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that, they will censor you, they will fact check you. They don't fact check the White House. I'm like, yo, could you fact check this doggone jobs report? Because this job report is bull crap. Right. Whether or not he says he created 10 million jobs. He didn't create the 10 million. How did he create 10 million jobs? He cut the Atlanta pipeline. So now thousands of construction jobs, pipeline workers gone. We're talking about inflation is getting ready to hit the country. We're talking about some pretty dire things. And I don't understand why people just have their heads stuck in the sand. I don't get it. We have cities right now, bro, that are like murder zones. And then I talk to people, they be like, don't just believe what the media tell you. You gotta be freaking kidding me. I got a friend, bro, who's in Philadelphia. He's a pastor out there on the street. Carl is on the street every single day. Man, Carl hit me up and Carl's like, dude, like Philly, like it's bad out here. Yeah. Like people getting shot, like little kids getting shot. Chicago, Atlanta. It's bad when I can't even leave my truck at one of the nicest malls in Buckhead. I can't even park my truck outside at Lenox Mall without stripping it of everything, of all its belongings. I'm walking inside the doggone mall with a full backpack on. I got my spearmint gum in the backpack because I'm afraid they're gonna steal that. You would think, and then Mayor Bottoms in Atlanta, bro.
What about her?
She came out and she said the reason why the crime is spiking like it is in Atlanta, she said
because it's hot outside.
Well, she said because the kids are out of school. She also said because the Republican governor eased the restrictions on COVID. So that's what brought all the crime. My thing is like, yeah, but that's what's going on.
So not wearing a face mask is a direct variable into the increase in crime?
Bro, this mask thing is like so pissed me off. So nobody's reading the emails. I guess nobody's reading the emails anymore. Ain't nobody reading emails. Ain't nobody reading the emails from Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci made it clear that the masks don't work. Here's the thing. If we even with an inkling believe that COVID escaped a world-class viral facility in Wuhan, how the heck you think we're going to stop it with a mask? People walking around with Mickey Mouse masks on right now with little diamonds and stuff all over.
I've seen somebody put a mask on and they lit a match and they just went like, and they blew.
I don't understand it, bro. I legit saw a lady. I'm flying. I just pulled up at the airport, bro. I legit saw a lady take her mask off at the airport. Put a cigarette in her mouth. No, I'm not exaggerating. She went outside. She was outside the airport. She took her mask off, put a cigarette in her mouth, and lit it up, and she started smoking. So I'm like, hold on. So we're afraid of COVID getting in our mouth, but you ain't worried about that cigarette. Are you feeling me with this?
Yes,
like we are some of the fattest people out here. Like just fat, just big, obese, and overweight. I do not get it. We don't eat right. We don't exercise. We talk about eating right and exercise and people get mad. No, because now we're talking about body positivity. Yo, you can have body positivity, but at some point you got to admit you're unhealthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, that's what I don't understand.
Yeah. And
then they say, well, that's hate speech. How's that hate speech? So I love people.
I'm actually trying to help you.
I love you.
I actually want to see you better.
Exactly. I've been obese before. Mm-hmm. I know what that's like. I know what that did to my self-esteem. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that my old trainer, when I was 15 years old, I'm glad when he saw me, he looked at me and say, you need body positivity. You just be thankful for the skin you're in. Mm-hmm. No, he looked at me and he was like, yeah, you need to work out. You're 15 years old. You're fat.
Mm-hmm. You might still have been fat if he said that to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I would have been like, you know what? I'm just going to be thankful for the body I'm in. Mm-hmm. Absolutely not. Because it's killing me. I'm unhealthy. I couldn't, bro, when I started working out, he put me on the treadmill to walk. He told me to walk half a mile. Bro, I was on the treadmill for like a minute and a half and I had to pause it.
Just by walking.
Just by walking. Mm-hmm. He looked at me, he said, that's a problem. Mm-hmm. He said, every day you come in, you're doing 30 minutes of the Stairmaster. And I was like, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. He's like, no, you got 30 minutes today. Mm-hmm. Think to myself like, fool, if I can't walk 2 minutes, I'm going to do a Stairmaster. But I did it. Mm-hmm. It was that hard, that tough love, that pushing back.
You believe something more for yourself.
Absolutely.
You didn't just settle for where
Absolutely.
You were at. You believe something more for yourself.
Man, I don't get it, man. And like people, they look at you like you crazy because you don't want, I walk in the store now, I'm like, yo, if it's mandatory, I will. If it ain't, I'm not. Mm-hmm. Like I do, like as a Christian, as a believer, I want to obey the laws of the land.
Yeah.
So if a store says you are required to wear a mask, I'm going to wear the mask because I wanna obey the laws that you have. But
not me. I just go in most of the time.
Well, that's what I've been doing too.
Care, like,
well, most of the time they don't stop you.
They'll have the mask on the sign on the front door, and then you just walk in. First, I try to see if anybody else is doing the same thing.
Oh gosh! So I did that a couple times in the airport, Hartsfield. Mm-hmm. I just kind of walked in and have on a mask or whatever, and this guy walked over to me, like slapped the mask on my chest. he was like,
slapped it on.
I was like, oh yeah, I appreciate it. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna need you to put that on. He said, make sure you cover up your nose. And I was like, I said, huh? What did you say? You know what this fool did? He took his mask. He brought it down and he said, make sure you put it on and put it over your nose. And I was like, oh, okay, bro. Appreciate it.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
At all.
And then where are all the news stories about all these things that are happening to people who get vaccines? The blood clots, the infertility. Mm-hmm. Like I'm reading about it online.
Well, I mean, how do you, that's just
That's big media, bro.
That's just right now too. Like,
that's just right now.
You know, it takes years and years and years to develop a vaccine because you have to study the after effects. You know what I mean?
They ain't study that crap, man.
You know, so it could be a while before we even start seeing even worse stuff.
Bro, hey, listen, y'all. If y'all listen to this, I want y'all to do this right now. Go to Google and ask Siri, are any of the vaccines FDA approved? They're not. None of them are FDA approved. The FDA gave a speedy mandate for them to be out on the market so they can be of use, but none of them are FDA approved. So you're telling me that here's the thing. I don't trust the FDA anyway, but you're telling me that we didn't have enough time for the Food and Drug Administration of our country to let us know whether or not these vaccines were approved just because
They probably took Fauci's word. They're like, are we a good Fauci?
I mean, they just looked over at World Health Organization and said, hey, are we good? And we're trusting people in a whole nother country to be able to advise us as Americans what we're going to take. And I can't,
Somebody said that. I saw a meme that said, had a group of people walking on their hands and knees, and they said that if the media told y'all to walk on your hands and knees because COVID is 3 feet high,
they would do it. They would do it. People around here crawling. I don't get it, man. I saw this one lady, bro. I promise she had on 3 masks.
Yeah.
3 masks.
And a shield.
I'm just
probably.
like what are you going? What are you trying not to be, a Ghostbuster? Like, I don't get it.
Making sure that no kind of particles get through.
Can't none get if COVID escaped a laboratory, you know what I'm talking about?
Like how?
How do you
think about that? Like, how did it, like what happened? Were there alarms going off? Like, beep, beep,
it probably just said, oops, the president left the door open. It said, oops, it just went outside. It's viral, Then people I see people that are outside wearing a mask, and they're now, from what I've heard, there's zero chance you can get COVID. You can get COVID outside. Because it's like, it's like at some point, the COVID is not just like flying like at like human eye level, like, oh, I'm just waiting to get you. Right. Like, it goes up. Right. But I see people who wear a mask outside. And I'm like, with zero probability of you getting COVID outside, you're outside, like running. I saw a dude in the pool swimming with a mask on.
Stop.
I ain't lying to you. Bear done got up and left. Bro, I'm not playing with you, man.
Oh, stop playing, man.
I'm trying to tell you, man, he was swimming in a pool. I'm like, bro, how you keep you got some good lung power, homie, because you're going to be gone in like 5 minutes.
You're lying.
I am not lying, bro. This dude was in the pool. He had on goggles and a mask. He was covering up his eyes and his mouth. Now, I
wish you would have videoed that.
I'm guessing COVID, is underwater. I just don't. I'm sorry. I've been trying to understand.
Oh, my goodness.
Bro, I've been trying to understand for the longest. I just haven't gotten around to understanding yet. Like, maybe, like, I've been trying to tell people, like, maybe it's just going over my head, bro. I don't get it.
Yeah, me neither.
And then you see President, you see Uncle Joe out here talking. Oh man, he be mumbling up all kind of stuff.
I didn't see it.
He said something the other day about a noose. The whole audience look it up, bro. Look it up. I promise you.
Did he mean to say that, or kind of just slipped out?
I really think he has dementia. I really think, and I think everybody around him knows he has dementia.
That's why they don't want to talk so much.
That's why they don't want to talk. They don't want to answer questions to reporters. Don't talk to the media. Don't talk to anybody. Like what everybody's saying is they believe that Kamala will become the president by 2022.
Yeah. Wow. Isn't that interesting? You go from a president that talks too much to one that does not talk or at all, or like please don't talk.
Yeah, please don't talk. Please don't talk.
Yeah,
don't talk. Just don't say nothing. And then he was meeting with Putin, And he gave Putin. He said he gave Putin a list of all the areas that he could not do a cyber attack on. And I was like,
he didn't give
yes,
him a list.
bro. I promise you, dude. I promise you, Uncle Joe gave him a list. Like you can don't cyber attack here.
Everywhere else is cool. Everywhere else is cool.
And you know, Putin just sitting there
Everywhere
like
else is free game.
he's like,
by
oh,
the
okay,
way.
yeah, okay.
He's like, where is that again? Don't attack where?
He probably he probably gave him the exact list where he's gonna attack next.
And address.
He's like, don't attack here. Here's the address and here's the contact number, and here's also the passcode if you want to get in.
Here's the IP.
Here's the
Please
IP
do not
address.
use this IP address. Okay, this is a private IP address.
Oh man,
Please keep it private.
Oh God, we're screwed in this country. God, we're screwed. Oh God, I guess can't be no worse than Canada though, because in Canada I think they still under lockdown. I think Canada they still got like 14. Bro, I don't get it.
Yeah. Everybody's back in the clubs anyway, so.
In Atlanta,
The people are slowly starting to understand, like, okay, if I get COVID, I get COVID. Whatever.
it has a 99.9% survival rate. That's what I understand. Why do I need a vaccine for something that has a 99.9% survival rate? Granted, I am not dismissing the fact that COVID ravaged a lot of households. People lost lives over it. I am not dismissing that fact that it completely like ruined some people's respiratory system. Some people still have ongoing issues because of it. I'm not taking away the severity of it. In the same way, I'm not taking the severity of the flu, of pneumonia, of anything else. But what I am saying, though, is that for a virus, it has a 99.9% survival rate.
99.9.
Why are we giving away a free vaccine? This thing is free, bro.
I just got something on my Uber that said we'll give you a free ride.
A free ride to get a vaccine.
To get a vaccine.
To get a vaccine. I'm just like, yo, you know what? No. No. Wait, when you want to know that the number one reason why most people file bankruptcy in this country, medical bills.
Wow. That is just sad.
Medical bills.
So sad.
So if our government officials really wanted to help people, help with medical bills, make insulin free, make those EpiPens, make those free. Provide free allergy test. Provide free, just nutrition, tests for people, or give out nutritional plans.
Right.
Do a whole website, workout.gov that shows different exercises people can do at home. Like cut off social media sometime. Do weekends where we don't get social media. Make people go back outside to get vitamin D. Because now,
that's because we're a capitalist society now.
Bro, and I was reading something the other day about people were saying that the sun was bad. That we need to find a way. To darken the sun because the sun is bad on our skin.
Yeah, because it's just shining the light in their lives. That's why it's bad. They say we can't take all this.
Bro, I'm like, yo, so we can't have vitamin D? like how do who? Oh my God! And people are buying this stuff, and people are like, yeah, I got to put on extra sunscreen, and God gave you an amazing immune system. Shout out to my immune system that's been keeping me 100 because I pour into it. But like God gave you an amazing immune system. God gave you a beautiful organ called the skin. Gave you a beautiful body for you to be able to enjoy if you're ready to use. We can't even use this thing because we care more about the mask that go over our mouth than we do the food that goes in.
Whitewashed tombs.
But here I am preaching to the choir.
I tell you what they need to do though. They really need to bring back those COVID flight prices. Because I was going to Chicago like it was on a tank of gas.
That Chicago ticket was $16.
I was like $25.
Let me get 6 of them bad boys right there. You should have went on your egg. Let me get $25. Let me go on and get some of them bad boys right there. 730. Yeah,
bro. I just bought a ticket to Chicago. I'm leaving on Thursday, by the way.
God, dog, Jared.
Well, you know why. But yeah, guess how much it was?
How much?
It was $244.
Hold on. What airline you flying?
Delta.
Okay, thank you.
Come on.
Because I know
Come
how
on.
you normally try to get on that.
I do with Spirit.
I'm trying to.
I'm
you
saying,
need the Holy Spirit to fly Spirit. Any airline that charges you for water,
don't talk about Spirit like that.
any airline that charges you for water should not be an airline.
Don't talk about Spirit like that.
I would rather you take the Greyhound.
They didn't got me through many a hardship. Okay,
I guess
I've been with them through the turbulence,
through the turbulence,
through the thick, through the thin. All right,
you have.
I ain't gonna turn my back. I ain't gonna forget where I came from. Okay,
Well, you need to go. Let it go.
Shout out Spirit Airlines.
Hey, look, I'm not telling you to forget where you came from. I'm just telling you to remember so you never have to go back there again.
Ain't no carry-ons.
Ain't no carry-on. Ain't no carry-on. Ain't no water. You got to pay $10 to print out your ticket. Like, yo, $10 to print out a ticket?
You want these $20 flight ticket prices?
$20
You want this $20 ticket? Huh? Shoot, you gonna pay for this air. You gonna pay to
But
breathe
the crazy
in the cabin, okay?
The craziest thing, bro, though, is that by the time you pay all them fees, you might you should have just booked with Delta. Oh God,
that's exactly why I purchased my ticket with Delta this time, yo.
No.
That's exactly why. But listen, I'm not gonna hate on that first class seat though.
What that is? Don't do that. That ain't no first
That's
class
first
seat.
class, bro.
That's called a big seat, ain't it? That's called a big seat. You almost sit with the captain.
It's called a big seat, but it's first class. I ain't gonna hold you.
First class.
I ain't gonna. You don't get first class service, but you get you get that first class
Hey,
seat.
do you get
Shout
water?
out Spirit.
Do you get water for free?
Yes, yes, you do actually.
Use a lie. Use a lie
I
link.
think you do.
You don't get no water, man. This has been good. I got a whole meeting I need to be getting to in
8 minutes.
Y'all, we appreciate y'all. I don't even know what we're gonna call this. It's been a whole bunch. Like,
right.
I don't even know what we're gonna call this, but we hit a lot of stuff, y'all. We're gonna be back with y'all next week. We appreciate y'all kicking it with us, yo. This your boy Cornelius and
Bear.
And we love y'all. Intro deuces. We out.